going to talk about mobility exercises. And mobility workouts work a lot to relieve tension, and they also will increase your range of motion along with the stability of it. Mobility exercises have a lot to do with the joints. They allow them to be strong, flexible, and stable enough to actually have a full range of motion. They work a lot on relieving muscle tension. So when you have tight muscles or anything like that, you're just basically stretching them out with mobility exercises. The first one we're going to do is a hip stretch, and it's going to work your hip flexors and your hip adductors. So you're going to get on the ground, 1 foot. You're going to extend this leg all the way back, but your front leg, you're going to want to bend it in like this when you get on the ground, and have that other leg back, and you're just stretching that muscle, and you should feel it in your hip flexor and your hip adductor. You're just going to hold that. Hold it for however long you want to do it, 10-15 seconds. And then you would just switch to the other leg, that foot back, have your hip up, and you're just going to hold it. You can also do this more laid down on the ground to feel the stretch more if you need to. Some people like to do it sitting more up and pushing their leg and ankle down. All of them, you feel it working your hip flexors and all your muscles that are on more of the insides of your legs. The next stretch is the downward dog. So you'll start like this and walk with your hands down in front of you, and you're just going to want to push backwards on your heels. And if your hamstrings are too tight, you can leave your knees bent in order to give your muscles more room so that it's not pulling as hard. But you'll just do just like this. Push your thighs back towards the wall behind you, and you just hold it. You feel this one a lot in the back of your legs, and it also stretches your back. The next pose we're going to do is, or the next move we're going to do is the triangle pose. So I do this one. You're just going to stand with your feet wide, and you're going to move your left heel so that your toes are pointing inward, and your left foot, you're going to want it to point out at almost a 90-degree angle. Then you're going to want to take your arms out to a T, and you're just going to reach over like this. And you should feel it. You should feel it in your back, and you should also feel it in your hamstring. When you go like this. This is also a pose that'll help with your balance. So when you do it, you're just gonna hold it for 10-15 seconds. So I'm gonna do it and count to 10. Then you're gonna want to do it on the other side, so it would be the opposite. You're gonna want to turn your left foot where your toes are facing inwards, and your right foot out, arms at the T, and you're just gonna reach, count to 10. The next one is the bridge pose, and for this one, you're gonna lay down on the ground. You're gonna lay down with your knees bent, and you're gonna make sure that your feet stay flat on the floor, and your arms are at your side with your palms facing down on the ground. So, you can't really see me. So you're laying like this, feet and your palms on the ground, and you're gonna wanna keep your feet parallel, and whenever you're ready on an exhale, you're gonna bridge up. And when you're ready to go again, you'll bridge up again. And you wanna make sure that you're breathing with this and you are using your legs. It also stretches your spine and your back along with your neck. The next mobility exercise we're gonna do is it's called the seated forward fold, and You're gonna sit down on the ground with this one as well. And you're gonna straighten your legs out in front of you. And you're looking to reach to your feet, or at least your ankles. And a lot of times if you can't reach your toes, you can use like a band or a towel or anything that you can wrap around your feet in order to pull, to be able to feel it if you can't reach as far. So you're gonna wanna try and put your torso over your thighs when you do it. And you'll want to keep your legs straight the whole time so that you really feel the stretch. You'll stretch your back, but you'll feel it mostly in your hamstrings. So we're just gonna do it and hold for 15 seconds. So we're gonna reach out and count to 15. And you should feel that on your hamstrings. So that's called the seated forward fold. The exercise you can do is another hip stretch, and you're opening your hips as you do it. So you're just gonna wanna stand and take your knee up and out at a 90-degree angle, and you should feel it in your abductors and around, sort of back towards your glutes. So you're just doing this right here. And you would just do your left leg the same way, up and out. So we'll just do 10 on each leg. And you could switch in between. Make sure you're doing it slow and getting the full range of motion in it. So we just did 10 altogether, and you can feel it working all the muscles going up through your hips and also in your legs here. And that's just a hip opener is what it's called. Another exercise you can do for mobility, it can be with your ankles. So if you're working your full body and you want to work on ankle mobility, you just want to have something to hold on to, and you want to take your foot. So it'll be a 3-way ankle mobility. So the first way that you're going to go is outward with your ankle. So you're just turning your foot like this, working on your ankle mobility. So we'll just do 8 each way. 7, 8. And then you want to go inward. And then you want to go forward with it. So and then you would move to the other ankle and 8 outwards. Then you'll do 8 inwards. And then 8 forwards. So you're just shifting your weight towards the front of your foot, but working your ankle as well. A lot of times it's good to do ankle mobility exercises in a space where you can have the front part of your foot, your toes elevated on something, so that when you're pressing forward, you're feeling it in your ankle more. But they all stretch the muscles of your ankle to make them stronger. Another exercise that will work your arms and the muscles under here is a lat stretch. So you're just gonna find a bar and put this hand up underneath and your other hand over the top of it, and then you're just gonna wanna lean that way. And you'll feel it under your arm and also in your shoulders. So you're just gonna lean, maybe count to 15. And then you'll want to switch and do it the other way. Just lean over. You feel it in the bottom of your arm and in your shoulder as well. And also in your back. You can feel it pulling. And again, mobility exercises are just good for stretching, relieving tension in your muscles, and giving you an all-around stretch on your body.